Good afternoon and welcome to the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. It is a beautiful day for the British University and College Sports National Baseball Championship, and we are here for the championship final between the Southampton Mustangs and the Durham Wolves. My name is Chris Knobloch, joined by Niall Gray here on the call today. A cool but blustery day, and yet much better weather than the originally scheduled days for this BUCS competition, both wiped out by rain, has caused a couple of changes to the schedule, a couple changes to the teams here attending. But we've had 2 great days of baseball and now have the final between Southampton and Durham. We are guaranteed to have a new champion of BUCS baseball this year, with 2-time defending champions Loughborough not even qualifying for this year's national championships. I'm joined now by Niall Gray, and Niall, it is a beautiful day for baseball, as mentioned. Talk to us a little bit about the environment here at Farnham Park and what you're looking forward to in today's game.
Well, I think I'm looking at Durham upsetting University of Central Lancashire in the semi-final, because I thought University of Central Lancashire would be the team this year. Obviously, as you said, Loughborough not here to defend the title they won 2 years in a row. But Durham have been really, really impressive in this week, last couple of days. They'll probably go into this game as the favourites because Southampton aren't here to make up the numbers. They had obviously a semi-final win over Edinburgh, and here they are in the final, and both teams currently getting introduced to the fans. It's a very windy day, but it is dry. The outlook is to remains that way. And for the sake of the broadcast equipment, I do hope so.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to this as we see the teams coming out. If you take you through the lineups in a moment.
One moment before we do the lineups, how we got to this final here today. Durham Wolves did knock off the University of Central Lancashire, last year's second place finishing team in the BUCS National Championships. Southampton, meanwhile, in the most northern and southern matchup we could possibly ask for here in Great Britain, defeated Edinburgh in order to clinch their spot and punch their ticket to the semifinal today. Southampton is the away team by virtue of the coin flip, which took place just about an hour ago.
Oh, it's baseball. Let's say road team. Come on.
It is the road team, but hey, you know, we're a little bit flexible here. This is British baseball, and you know what? We work with the environment that we're given. And speaking of British baseball, now throwing out the ceremonial first pitch is Great Britain U23 baseball coach Jonathan Crammon, who will be leading the Great Britain squad to the U23 World Cup in China in September, our honorary guest here for the ceremonial first pitch. As we get ready for the actual first pitch, Niall, you've got some lineups for us.
Yeah, as you said, Southampton, the away team, or road team if you prefer that. They line up as follows. David Caramello, second base. Alison Crete is at shortstop. Al Banerjee is the catcher. Hengyolu is first base. Jack Rayner is out in centre field. Jingju Shen, if I got that right, is at third base. Ki Jae-sung is the pitcher. Tammy Ogunsei is out in left field, and over in right field is Oliver Spicer, and the players batting in that order. As for Durham Wolves, they're led off by Morris Chen, the catcher. Jordan Lee, the pitcher, batting second. Kenny Spadaccini is out in centre field. Andreas Fitzgibbon is at first base. Toby Clark is over in left field. Ivan Aduard is shortstop. Ernesto Valverde is out in right field. Michael Bailey at second base. And rounding off the batting order, James Fairhurst at third.
Thank you, Niall. We do have a pitching matchup of Jordan Lee for Durham up against Ki Jae-sung, and a very interesting pitching matchup. Southampton does have a pitcher on their staff who is able to top 90 miles an hour. However, they've been pitching quite a bit over the last couple of days. We will see if they make an appearance.
And that's why you've put me right behind the plate.
Absolutely, that's why I put you right behind the plate,
he
and
said
not myself.
Checking the fence. It's
Absolutely. Broadcast position is directly behind home plate here at Field 2, Farnham Park. It is Field 2, but it is what we consider the #1 baseball field, full international spec. And while we're at it, you can see our outfield here. It's looking very green. But if you would like to have a sign in our outfield here at Farnham Park, available to any company, it is £1,000 for 1 year. That includes the cost of production, and available on any field here at Farnham Park. More information at baseballsoftballuk.com.
And I've got to admit, it's my first time at the baseball field, because obviously I've been doing softball for you guys before, and the field looks absolutely wonderful. Do we give a shout out to Lizzie.
Absolutely. Both Liz's, Liz Knight and Liz Warner, the fantastic grounds crew here at Farnham Park, have the place looking tip-top. Of course, this field is the MLB Standard Field. It's where the European Development Tournament, European Elite Tournament, will take place in the week prior to the London Series. It's also where the National Baseball Championships are held every year. This is one of the few international spec baseball fields that we have here in the United Kingdom, although there are more being added every single year.
Of course, it's early in the season, but it looks absolutely tip-top. It really does. Done a wonderful job getting it all ready. And I really can't wait for this to get underway, Chris.
It's a very exciting. This is the first broadcast of the year. First time we've actually had BUCS broadcast here from Farnham Park, or actually first time we've had BUCS baseball or softball ever make it on air. And for those of you joining us on the BUCS YouTube channel, a special shout out. Thank you so much for joining us. You can also join us here on BSUK TV, the home of British baseball and softball broadcasts. If you tune in to BSUK TV, you'll certainly hear a little bit more of me this year. You'll certainly hear a little bit more of Niall. He'll be bringing you the National Softball Championships in September, along with, I believe, the World Cup we had discussed. And if not, well, I guess
just found that out.
There you go. Fantastic.
No, I'm looking forward. And of course, all important BUCS points at play. That's the thing. It's obviously this British University thing is a wonderful thing. All the years it's been going, universities take this seriously. Of course,
very seriously.
Now baseball's on the scene. They're all want to get involved. It's great to see, like I said, Loughborough not here, so we've got a new name on the trophy.
Not only that, a new name in baseball and softball, as Loughborough has won both softball and both baseball competitions up until today. They have roughly 2 hours left in their baseball reign as the Durham Wolves take the field. Durham wearing their white uniforms, white tops, white bottoms, the gorgeous purple for the caps and the numbers. I have to say, these are spectacular uniforms. Southampton also looking quite sharp with the maroon tops, the yellow and blue around the numbers. Very Colombian themed if you watch the World Baseball Classic. Same color scheme there for Southampton.
Same manufacturer, maybe?
I wouldn't be so sure about that. These are from, I believe, our friends at Baseball Outlet. But if not, that's who I'm going to claim they're from anyway.
Yeah, they are very, very snazzy. They're sort of shirts I'd wear, if I'm out socially. I mean, I could wear that easily. Whereas Durham, they have that classic baseball uniform.
It is just about as classic, clean, and pretty as you can expect a baseball uniform to be. And, of course, that does not mean we will at all discuss the uniform discourse over at Major League Baseball. All I can say is, looking at this field, that the Durham team would not look out of place this year on a Major League field. Lee going through his warm-up tosses here, and we'll give you the defensive alignment from left to right across the outfield first for the Durham Wolves. In left field is James Fairhurst. Over in center field is Toby Clark, and in right is Ernesto Valverde. Around the horn starting at third base, Kenny Spaldacci is over at third. At shortstop, we have Juan Eduard. Over at second base is Michael Bailey, and at first base is Andres Wittscheiben. Doing the catching is Morris Chen for Jordan Lee. Lee is ready. Chen out to go over one last look at the game plan as David Jaramillo will step in, right-handed batter. Now, we don't have all of the statistics from this weekend. New systems are being trialed, and as such, we've had a couple bumps along the way. We'll try and bring you as up-to-date statistics as we can. But really, what we're looking for you to do today is enjoy some fantastic British University baseball. First pitch from Lee is lined right back up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. One pitch, and Jaramillo is on with a leadoff single.
Perfect place to hit it, straight over second base where there's a gap. You know when you hit it over there, usually you're going to get safely on first.
Absolutely, and that is a very good piece of hitting. Obviously, a game plan jump out at that first pitch, right back up the middle, nothing you can do with it. That brings up Allison Greet, and the first pitch misses high. Greet bats from the left side, has also played NCAA softball over in the United States. Now here for Southampton. Want to know the count. Pitch misses outside. It's now 2-0.
Pitching on the outside in the early going.
Lee on the mound working quickly, keeping the runner honest, but is using the full windup. Runner is off and safe into second base on a pitch that missed outside.
Yeah, the throw by the catcher just a little bit off. And because obviously he's further away from the base, it gives the runner enough time to get safely on second. Good steal there.
It was a late steal, a delayed steal, but as Lee does have a longer motion to the plate, as you can see here with this pitch, as that is ball 4, and now there are runners at first and second. Now Al Banerjee will bat. Al, a familiar face to those who follow the British Baseball Federation, as he will step in now doing the catching here today, wearing number 107, which we haven't yet seen on an MLB field, but the Yankees are getting close. This first pitch is lined out towards left field. That'll get down for a base hit, being waved around as Jaramillo. Now the late stop sign is on. Ball comes into the catcher, and Jaramillo is able to retreat. That will load the bases. A little bit of base running jeopardy there, but now Southampton have a golden opportunity with bases loaded, nobody out, and Hengyun Liu, their first baseman up at the plate.
I think with the wind holding the ball up for the throw in, I thought he should have gone for it, but obviously once he's got that call, he's going back to third.
There's definitely a hesitation by Jaramillo as this pitch is in there for a strike. A good breaking ball from Lee. Jaramillo did hesitate as he rounded the bag. Had he not hesitated, he would have been able to score, but he was about even when the throw hit the dirt, as that pitch just misses inside. Ball 1.
I don't know if it's maybe the wind having an effect, but a lot of the pitches are coming to the left side of the plate.
Lee comes set, kicks and delivers, again with the breaking ball, and again missing inside. 2-1 the count. Nowhere to put Liu. As Lee delivers, this is chopped right back in front of the mound. Lee has it. He will flip underhand to home. Tag applied, but not necessary as the force is in effect, and that will be out number 1. So just about a perfect play for Durham as they're able to keep the run off the board and get the first out of the inning. And now a double play would get them out of what is quite a jam. That brings up Rayner, the center fielder. And the first pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. No radar gun here at Farnham Park. All of our radar done by sighting and several years of experience. Haven't yet converted to kilometers per hour, thankfully, as that pitch again misses inside. Lee having some trouble with his breaking ball, as it doesn't seem to be breaking back over the heart of the plate. But he won't get hurt with those inside pitches. Certainly not with extra base hits. 2-0 the count. Runners take their leads off every base. Lee delivers again with the breaking ball, and that's in there for a strike. Almost an eephus pitch with how big that loop was.
Yeah, if you find it to the side, and he's got this one just perfectly down the middle. 2-1 the count.
Lee looks in for the sign from Chen. Gets the one that he likes. Kicks and delivers. Swung on and missed as he pulls the string on the changeup to even the count at 2.
Lovely, lovely, lovely pitch. He's obviously got a slow start, but now he just seems to be coming into it. He's going to look, obviously want to try and get his strike out.
2-2 coming. Breaking ball again. This is lined right back to the pitcher. And now they will get no bizarre play to end the inning. So lined back to the pitcher, and the out goes 1-2 in a very unconventional sense. But after half an inning, Southampton nothing, Durham coming up here on BSUK TV. This is the BUCS University National Baseball Championship. Bottom half of the first inning back here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. Southampton had the bases loaded with nobody out and were unable to score. A chopper back to the pitcher and a force out at home plate, then a liner back to the pitcher and a double play on the tag out to end the inning. Not a conventional way to end the inning.
I'm trying to think during the break there, Chris, the last time I ever saw any play like that, and I really can't think of one. What's happened?
I'm guessing, based on Allison Greet's reaction, that she thought that that ball had chopped in front of the plate and was on a hop. She was trying to score anyway on that play. Obviously, with someone who has NCAA experience, you wouldn't expect them to come off the bag. But it happened so quickly that it's understandable you might miss that. As we head to the bottom half of the first inning, and the pitcher out for the Southampton Mustangs is Kai-Jae Seung. Let's give you the defensive alignment from left to right across the outfield for the Southampton Mustangs. In left field, we have Tam Ogasea. In center field, Jack Rayner. And over in right field, we have Oliver Spicer. Around the horn, starting at third base, we have Jengjin Shen, Over at shortstop, Allison Greet. David Jaramillo at second base. And at first base, we have Hei-Yu Liu. Doing the catching, Al Banerjee, as the first pitch in there from Seung is a strike.
I was watching Seung in the warm-up during the break, and he was putting all these pitches down the middle.
This is chopped towards third base. Fair ball, and ends up down the left field line. Left fielder goes sliding for it. He'll fire it back in. That'll be a long single, but a leadoff hit for Morris Chen, and Durham has their first base runner of the day.
Yeah, both teams managing to get a leadoff hit to start the day. Obviously, Southampton put it over second base, and this one going down the third baseline in same fair. Two great plays for both teams to start off.
Now Jason Lee, the pitcher, has a chance to help himself out. Runner Chen being held on at first base. As first pitch misses down low, blocked well by Banerjee. That will be ball one.
Always interesting to see a pitcher so high up the batting lineup.
Very common here in Britain, not at all common now in the United States, especially with the universal DH rule in Major League Baseball. As that pitch misses for ball two.
If we have a stoppage at any point, we'll have a discussion about that. Because I'm not a big fan.
Oh, okay. So we'll stay tuned, folks. We will have opinions as that pitch is in there for a strike to the breaking ball.
Let's just say the Mets used to have pitchers who could hit as well. That's all I'm going to say for the moment. Concentrate on this one.
This is chopped towards third base. It is a foul ball. And evens the count at 2-2. Of course, I hear Mets, I hear pitchers hitting. There's only one person you can possibly be led to, and that is Bartolo Colon.
No. One home run, most amazing home run.
The most amazing home run by a pitcher ever.
And I would probably the best play calls as well, but I'm biased towards the Mets broadcasting crew. So,
well, good year to be biased towards the Mets as the pitch is just high. That will run the count full. Yeah, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm very much looking forward to them and the Phillies in London late this year.
And there's a special university ticket offer for the London series. Details you'll see in between innings in the advert as a walk issued there. So coming out victorious from the full count is Lee, and now they're 2 on. And Durham has their own chance at a rally as Spadaccini, the third baseman, comes up to the plate.
Yeah, both teams filling the bases early.
First pitch, fastball, just misses inside for ball 1. Seung able to locate really well. Not too much velocity on the pitches, but we are seeing a nice spin to them. Slightly deceptive, only works out of the stretch position as that breaking ball is in there for a strike. Very good pitch to even the count at 1.
Yeah, it's one of the pitches he was doing in his warm-up. He's obviously got really good control.
This is popped up out towards left center field. Left fielder calling everybody off, and it's off his glove and will get down. That will be an error on the left fielder, and everyone is safe. Ball gets away back behind the plate here, but Southampton able to smother it. And now bases are loaded on the E7. And that will bring Wittscheiben to the plate with the bases loaded. So both cleanup hitters have had a chance with the bases juice so far.
So Durham able to get out of that jam in the top of the first. Now Southampton have to try and do the same.
Some defensive positioning from Al Banerjee as the third baseman was holding the runner on at third. Infield is in all the way around. And Seung, who works quickly, ready with the first pitch. Up over the head of Wittscheiben. Dare I say, aimed back at us. Ball 1.
I'm behind the fence, Chris, but I just found myself casually moving a step over.
Breaking ball doesn't break, and now the count is 2-0. Waiting on deck is Toby Clark.
He's going to leave this.
2-0 is down by the ankles. Wittscheiben not really opting to get out of the way of that one with a run coming in on that basis.
He was always going to leave that one. Obviously the count's in his favour. And now, of course, a lot of pressure on the pitcher.
Time called by the home plate umpire. And it looks like we may have a slight injury to the pitcher here. Seung holding up his finger to the umpire. Meanwhile, Al Banerjee, the catcher, having a conversation with his third baseman. Chen will now come in on the infield grass. Play to the plate. So 3 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded. Time back in. Coming to the set is Seung. Checks third base and delivers. Misses down low, ball 4, and a run will score. So Durham is on the board as they will score first here. Bases remain loaded, and it is 1-0 Durham Wolves.
A lot of conversations going on now with Southampton. Just trying to G each other up as Greek came in and spoke to the pitcher.
Now this game will go the full duration, 7 innings. It is not a timed game like the other games in this tournament are, as this is lined out towards second base over the dive of the second baseman. 1 run will score. Now being waved around the runner at third, and that is a second run as in comes Spadaccini and Lee, and it is now 3-0 Durham as a 2-run single by Toby Clark will open this game up a bit. Clark remains at first base. Meanwhile, over to third is Wittscheiben.
Yeah, Harry Miro gave it a good shot trying to get his mitt on that ball. But, of course, once he went past him, there's a big gap out there in the outfield, able to help the runners get home.
Now Aduard is up at the plate. Still nobody out. Runners on the corners. Infield in at the corners. Playing at double play depth up the middle. First pitch, a breaking ball and a good one. That is swung on and missed for strike one. Edouard, a bit of a diminutive player. And all of these Durham players right on the line of the batter's box. His runner off at first base. Pitch misses down low for ball one. And another stolen base as Clark will end up at second. Now 2 runners in scoring position and no more double play. And the middle infield now will take a couple steps back. Infield still in at the corners. 1-1 coming. Breaking ball misses low and outside. Blocked well by Banerjee. Whitscheiben back to third base. Banerjee able to keep that in front of him for still ball 2, but no further runs.
Yeah, good work, Banerjee. Just get the ball on the ground to stop that runner coming home.
Coming set is Seung. He delivers. Breaking ball doesn't break, and that's ball 3. We have seen that happen a couple times. It happened a bit more in yesterday's competition, where it was about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees centigrade cooler, especially in the morning, as this breaking pitch is just high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. So Durham has scored 3 times. They have the bases reloaded, and that will bring up Ernesto Valverde, the right fielder. Valverde bats from the left side. And one of the few Durham batters not to stand directly on one of the batter's box lines. He stands squared away, dead center in the middle of the left-hand batter's box. His first pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, let's pick up the lefty batters.
Playing him shallow at second base. This pitch misses outside, ball 1. Seung wanting to stay away from that barrel clearly. Low and outside the first 2 pitches. As right field here is the softball diamond and is a bit straight away. So that misses down in the dirt, ball 2. It's about 330 down the line in right, but then gets a bit deeper right away to about 345. Don't know if you can see it on our broadcast, but there's another backstop over in that right field corner. Seung comes set. As soon as time is back in, this is lined back up the middle. That gets down for a base hit. Whitscheiben will score. Coming around from second is Clark. He will be held up. Now the ball will be thrown to the plate, and Clark will retreat. It is now 4-0. Durham, and the bases remain loaded. Still nobody out in the inning.
He just caught that sweetly. Again, like in the top of the first, if you can hit it over that second base, you're pretty much guaranteed to get on base safely.
First pitch from Seung to Bailey, the 8th batter of the inning. This is down low, ball 1. Seung working very quickly now, sets, kicks, and delivers, and this one almost hits Bailey in the ankle. He's able to get out of the way. Count 1-0. Seung now taking some time on the mound. Looks in, immediately gets the sign, comes set, and now delivers. Pitch misses low and outside, ball 2. This is the 8th person to bat in the inning for Durham. There is no action in the Southampton bullpen. We should just say that the bullpen is shared over to our left and out of broadcast position. There is no action at the moment as the 2-0 in there for a strike with the curveball.
Yeah, Seung's getting through a lot of pitches. Of course, you don't get through a lot of pitches, especially in the first inning.
There was a pitch limit for the opening rounds of this competition of no more than 30 pitches per inning. Of course, this is the championship. That rule not in place as that pitch swung on and missed, even the count at 2. Now, I did say this game would go the distance. However, there is still the run rule. That is unlikely to play a factor as Seung gets the strikeout. First out of the inning. First strikeout of the game. He gets Bailey swinging for out number 1. And now Fairhurst, the 9th man to bat, will come up. Fairhurst, a lanky right-hander. Steps in from the right side. First pitch to him, breaking ball, and that's in there right at belt height for strike one.
Just feel like he wants to hit it over left towards center a bit.
With one out, the middle infield back at double play depth. Ooh. Late swing on a curveball there. That sent foul up over the Durham dugout on the first base side.
And nowhere near any parked cars, so everyone's okay.
Seung has gone from walks and struggling. He has thrown 5 consecutive strikes. And the 0-2 here is in there, called third strike. So Seung has come back, and the last 2 batters of the order have gone down by way of the K, one looking, one swinging. And now Chen will bat for the second time in the inning, but this time with 2 down. Bases are still loaded for Durham. Seung, with 6 straight strikes and 2 straight strikeouts, has done himself a lot of favors over these past 2 batters.
He painted the corners. That last strike is absolutely perfect.
Goes to the fastball there and gets a strike. And now we're seeing a slightly different pitcher than we saw for the first 8 batters of this inning, as Seung is really ratcheting up the location. The 0-1. This is lined on a hop past the dive of the shortstop Greet. That's a base hit, 1 run into score. Second runner being waved around, the relay to Greet. She will hold the ball, 2 runs into score. Second hit of the inning for Morris Chen. This one of the 2-run variety. Into score are Clark and Edward, and it is now 6-0, Durham over Southampton.
Jordan Lee back up.
Runners at first and second for Jordan Lee, who walked and scored in his first at-bat. First pitch from Seung hits the outside corner for a strike. Again, going to that breaking pitch. He has used that as an out pitch almost. This breaking ball, an Ephus pitch, just misses high. A lot of fans of the Ephus pitch here in the crowd. I'm just waiting for the knuckleball to get broken out at this point. 1-1 coming. Breaking ball, bounces in the dirt. Banerjee's throw to third. It is in time. He's got him. What a bang-bang play from Banerjee to Chen. And they will get out of the inning in spectacular fashion. So Durham scores 6, but a great play ends the inning for Southampton. We played 1 full inning here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. 6-0. Durham leads Southampton here at the BUCS National University Baseball Championship. Welcome back. 6-0. Durham leads Southampton. Wolves over Mustangs after 1 inning of play. As back out on the mound for Durham, Jordan Lee. He will face the 6, 7, and 8 batters, Chen, Seung, and Ogunsea for Southampton.
Of course, Chen finished that last inning with that beautiful play at third base, and now he gets to start off the second.
As so often is the case here in baseball, you make a great play in the field, lead off the next half inning. But Southampton has work to do here. They trail by 6 runs after just 1 frame. That inning taking just shy of 24 minutes for the Durham Wolves to score 6 times. Seung getting himself out of that jam with a couple strikeouts. And then a caught stealing, Banerjee to Chen over at third base.
Just watching Lee in the warm-up, he's not hitting the plate on those warm-up pitches. They're all wide. So interesting to see now we're underway where he puts it.
First pitch right down the heart of the plate. It's always nice when a pitcher does that right after you've given what is genuinely a good piece of commentary, just to immediately prove you wrong. It's always so thoughtful of them. It's the 0-1 pitch. This is slapped out towards right field, but hooking foul and out of play. Quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Chen, the third baseman. As we have a quick equipment swap. Seung, the on-deck batter, out to grab it. Lee working very, very quickly now. Breaking ball just misses high, but managed to get Chen to duck out of the way. He's buckled his knees. Ball 1. 1-2 pitch coming. Reaching for it and slapping it towards short is Chen. Up with it, the shortstop, Eduard. Throw is on a bounce, and it appears he has sustained an injury as that pitch is down low, or that throw was down low, and now we will have a stoppage of play. As we have the stoppage, we will take a break here at Farnham Park, and we will return in a moment. Welcome back to the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. Thanks so much for bearing with us as we had an unfortunate injury delay. And now we end up in a situation after Jinjing Chen reaches base on, we'll call it a hit, an infield hit, that now, as Kaijie Sung comes to the plate for Southampton, who trail 6 runs to none, Durham is playing with 8 batters. First pitch from their new pitcher is in there for a called strike. New pitcher Warkany is a side armor, which we've rarely seen. Count now 1-1. Chris Knobloch here with Niall Gray as this pitch is slashed foul. And now count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first base. In the top of the second inning, we will play 7. Sidearm delivery, fouled right back towards us.
There goes the GoPro.
And there goes the GoPro. And count remains 1-2. That's why we don't use a GoPro. However, I will just point out that our camera is well within the line of fire. So if the camera suddenly fades out, we'll call this as a radio broadcast. 1-2 pitch, reaching for it. Over is the first baseman. It's over his head and drops in for a hit. Reaching is Seung. Up to second base is Chen. And now there are runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the second inning. And again, Durham playing with 2 outfielders. Just 2 outfielders, 8 men on the field.
Yeah, they haven't got a fit sub. So going to be a lot of running if Durham can get that ball into the outfield.
Runner with a massive lead off of second base, now being held on by the second baseman. First pitch, fastball over the outside corner for a strike, and that had a little extra mustard on it as that nipped the outside corner. Warkany dropping down as he does. And now the 0-1. Again to the fastball. This is slashed foul over towards the Durham dugout. Nothing into the count. Had about a half-hour long injury delay. And we do wish Juan Eduard the best in his recovery. He injured himself on the throw. As that pitch called third strike, or swung on and missed for third strike. That is out number 1. As Ogunseya is out. First pitch now to the number 9 hitter, Oliver Spicer. That's in there for a strike. 1 down in the inning. The 0-1. This is up and away. Count evens at 1. Warkany working very, very quickly for this Durham team. 1-1 coming. Swung on and missed. Spicer swings through a pitch on the inside. And he's down in a 1-2 hole. Runners take their leads off first and second. 1-2 pitch coming. And that is called third strike Out number 2, second strikeout of the inning. Back-to-back Ks. And now 2 on with 2 down for David Jaramillo.
He's come in and just pitched perfectly. He's not giving them any opportunity whatsoever. Just perfect placement.
Runners remain at first and second. Big lead for the runner at second base. First pitch, runner at second base is off. Pitch misses low and inside. Throw down to third is not in time. Ball gets away and out into the outfield. And this is the danger for Durham. The shortstop goes to get it, but a run will score. And Southampton are on the board. Up to second base goes Seyoung. And it is a 6-1 game as the Mustangs get their first run of this one.
Chen's having himself a game. He had that play to finish the first. Obviously got on base. He's able to steal it, and then obviously that pitcher say the throw to third base was off. It hit the ground too early. Couldn't field it. And of course, he's able to run home and get them on the board. That's what they need.
We are only in the top of the second inning. About an hour into this one. 6-1 the score. Durham with the lead. Jaramillo swings and misses. That is strike 1. Corkscrewed himself into the ground a bit on that pitch on the inside.
Great base running by Durham. Scoring position again.
Pitch over the outside corner and a good one. That had a lot of movement. Looked like a two-seam fastball, came back in and nipped that outside corner. And now the 0-2 pitch. A delay, swung on and missed. What a pitch with the fastball for the call for the swung through strike. And that will be out number 3. So Southampton does get on the board, and after an inning and a half of play, Durham 6, Southampton 1, here at the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final on BSUK TV and the BUCS YouTube channel. Bottom half of the second inning here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. Chris Knobloch along with Niall Gray here, bringing you the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final here on BSUK TV and the BUCS YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in all around the world. I know that we have listeners and viewers from the United States, France, the United Kingdom, Malta, and I know there's at least 1 or 2 in Australia as well. Thanks so much for joining us here. Seyoung back out on the mound. Big breaking ball, and it just misses high. But boy, oh boy, did that have a lot of bend to it. The 0-1 pitch. That was not a breaking ball. That one stayed very, very straight and very high, and the count's now 2-0.
Not sure if he's got a problem with his finger. He's still gingerly after each pitch.
It could be an issue with the finger. He is touching it after every pitch, as you said, Niall.
And he did have the discussion, didn't he, back in the first inning?
That's correct. Thank you. He did have that finger issue. It remains to be seen if it's an injury or if it's related to the cold here. It is a bit windy. I know I've put on my sweatshirt and then taken it off promptly every 5 minutes for the past half hour as that pitch misses outside, ball 4. And there is a runner on base as Lee, who was up to finish the last inning and had 2 at-bats in the first, will lead off the second the same way he started the first inning, with a walk.
It's what we call British weather, Chris.
Pitch just misses inside, ball 1.
It's interesting, obviously, Durham sticking with the same pitcher after that long delay, whereas, Southampton sticking with the same pitcher, whereas Durham changed theirs after that break. And these pitches have been a little bit off at the moment, but
it was
it'll
very
take a while
long
to get back up to speed, won't it?
Very long delay, so we had about a 28-minute bottom half of the first, and then about a 45-minute delay for the injury. So long layoff for Seong after a long inning of work. And you're seeing that fatigue a little bit here. Count 3-0. The runner on first base, still nobody out. Durham with the 5-run lead, 6-1 here in the bottom of the second. Runner starts and stops at first. That pitch is in there for a strike as Seong goes to the breaking ball. Gets strike 1. Again, Durham now playing with 8 batters. They do have the lead. As that pitch misses high, ball 4. And now there's runners at first and second with nobody out. So again, Seong having a bit of trouble with his command. By my count, that is walk number 4 issued in an inning plus of work as Lee up to second base. So that brings Andres Wittscheiben to the plate, the first baseman, crowding the plate just a little, and that pitch flutters in there for a strike over the outside part of the plate. The 0-1 misses high. We have seen that quite a bit from Seong, and again, he's gone to the hand, this time blowing into it, which is allowed by the umpires here today due to the cold conditions. But we're seeing it a little bit more than you might expect. This one bounced in there off of the shin pad of Banerjee. Both runners will advance on what is a wild pitch. So that hit in the dirt, hit the shin pad, and bounced all the way into the Southampton dugout.
Wittscheiben walk on his first at bat, was that right?
Wittscheiben did walk in his first
I don't
at
think
bat.
he's actually swung the bat. Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a surprise. You do see a lot of patient hitters in BUCS competition. For those of you tuning in from North America, perhaps, this is the University National Championship, a bit of a different scale, however, than the NCAA in the United States. But still, the BUCS National Championship in their 3rd year for baseball and softball. Softball will be decided on the 10th and 11th of May. Those are rain dates from the original dates back in March. Loughborough will have a chance at the triple there. So they've won the last 2 and will be looking to defend their crown. Here, meanwhile, Loughborough, the defending champions, as the base is now loaded.
Yeah. I think it's the same situation as well. I'm not sure if he loaded the bases when he was last about. Like I said, he hasn't yet swung it.
The base is loaded, all by way of free passes, as that brings Toby Clark to the plate. He had the 2-run single, stole a base, and scored a run last inning.
Chance to really ramp up the score.
Infield in all the way around for Southampton in the first pitch. Nearly hits Clark. He lifts the leg up, and it rolls all the way to us at the backstop. Runners don't advance, but that is ball 1. As with no outs, no need to risk the run. Although, if I'm Durham and I know I've got to finish this game with 8 players, I'm trying to score at every opportunity to build up enough of a lead that can be chipped away if fatigue sets in. The 1-0 pitch coming. Breaking ball misses outside and high. Ball 2. As Edouard's spot due up next, and no one on deck at the moment for Durham, it will skip a spot to Valverde. Let's count 3 balls, no strikes. No runners being held on. And Clark with a step towards the plate, really crowding it now. The 3-0. Long leg kick, pitch bounced in there, ball 4. That is run number 7. For the Durham Wolves, first of the second inning, and the 4th consecutive walk issued by Seung. Still no action in the Southampton bullpen.
Just having a
Quick
huddle now. It's
As they huddle, a reminder that Major League Baseball is returning to London on June 8th and 9th. The New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies will do battle at London Stadium in the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. Tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster. Search MLB London Series to get yours today, with good seats still available. And had the pleasure of speaking with some of the staff from Wasserman, who were here yesterday handing out flyers, a special university deal for those who attended BUCS Nationals. Very happy with where the ticket sales are, expecting a sellout because of the two teams here, the Mets and the Phillies. And perhaps the option to have we had some umpire interruptions.
well, it's an out because you can't. Obviously, they're one short, aren't they?
Yes, automatic out. So Eduard's spot is an out. And now Valverde bats from the left side. So one down in the inning. As I was attempting to finish and lost my train of thought, but I've got it again. There is a chance, can't make it confirmed just yet, that both the Phillies and the Mets will be bringing Great Britain national team players on their rosters, which would be the first time a GB national team player has ever played in a London series. For the Mets, it would be Trace Thompson, currently at AAA. For the Phillies, it would be Gabriel Rincones Jr., played his youth baseball in Edinburgh for the Cannons, and he is at AA with the Phillies. Of course, we will keep you updated. Make sure to follow Baseball Softball UK on social media for all the latest news and notes about the London series, along with MLB Europe. This breaking ball doesn't break.
I can't remember how many years ago it was, but I remember going to, it was Lord's Cricket, not Lord's Cricket,
Yes.
Oval.
Yes, the Oval.
Vauxhall. Oh my goodness, they were like farm teams. They were at that point. It wasn't the proper Mets. I'm not sure who they played. Was it the Cardinals? Maybe I can't remember. It's a long, long time ago.
Ball four there as Valverde will walk, so the automatic out does not do too much damage as another walk, this time to Valverde. And around to score is Spadaccini. And that makes it 7-1, or 8-1, Durham over Southampton in bottom half of the second.
It's a very long-term Mets fan I am looking forward to. So already got me tickets.
Seung with a long look in, comes set, kicks immediately. Pitch misses down low, ball one. Banerjee certainly getting some work back behind the dish. As the catcher. Seung sets, pauses momentarily, and delivers. That pitch misses inside, ball two. And it's pretty clear that fatigue has set in for Seung. Despite the automatic out to Eduard, 5 consecutive walks issued by the Southampton right-hander, and this pitch will go straight to the backstop. Coming home to score is Wittscheiben, and he does so. That makes it 9-1 Durham, and you would never guess from the score that one of these teams is playing a man down, and if you did guess, you'd probably guess it's the other team. 3 balls, no strikes, runners at second and third, infield in for Southampton. Pitch is in there for a strike. Get me over fastball from Seung. 3-1 coming. That pitch misses down low, ball 4, and the bases are reloaded again. 6th consecutive walk issued by Seung. The only out in the inning is the automatic out. And we will have a pitching change. As the pitching change takes place, we will step away here. It is the bottom half of the second inning, 1 out, and a 9-1 lead for the Durham Wolves over the Southampton Mustangs here on BSUK TV and the BUCS YouTube channel.
Ooh.
New pitcher on the hill for the Southampton Mustangs as Jack Rayner will take over on the bump, going through his last warm-up tosses here. Seung out to center field, goes an inning and a third, responsible for all three batters on base, and has walked the last 6 in a row, 8 overall. Tough day out on the mound for Seung, but not helped by the two long innings, the long inning and the long delay, long bottom half of the first inning, and a long top half of the second due to the injury to the Durham shortstop. Only out so far in this inning, the automatic out, as Durham playing with 8 batters here. And now James Fairhurst will face Rayner to start things off here for Rayner's day on the bump. Runners take their leads off each base. Rayner a short look in, a short pause, and whips a good fastball with a lot of movement in there for a strike. We did not see that pitch during his warm-ups. Goes immediately to a two-seam fastball in on the hands with a lot of movement. 0-1 pitch. That one hits him right in the back, and that will be another run. That hit Fairhurst right between the 4-8 on his numbers. And in comes the 10th Durham run.
He's fine. Good thing there wasn't a lot of velocity on that, so
it doesn't look like that's what we're going to see out of Rayner, to be quite honest. Rayner is going to go to the movement section instead of the velocity section. As bases remain loaded, this one popped up on the infield. Rayner calling everybody off. Infield fly rule does apply, and that is out number 2. So the first out by an actual play this inning comes to Morris Chen. The pop out to the pitcher. That's out number 2 in the inning. And that will bring up Jordan Lee, who led this inning off with a walk. He came around to score.
Yeah, Durham going around the order for the 3rd time in just 2nd inning.
Rayner's first pitch again goes to that two-seamer, and it just misses high. That pitch has a lot of movement.
He does like pitching inside. We've only seen a few of them, but that's where he seems to want to go.
With that late movement, it's a good place for him to live, as that pitch misses just high. Lee thought about offering, but it's instead ball 2. Rayner using that two-seam action to throw the ball basically at the batter and hope it curls back over the plate. Did for his first pitch to Fairhurst. Second one, didn't curl back, hit him square in the numbers. So that pitch, this is outside, ball 3. All of the pitchers we've seen today, but particularly the Southampton pitchers, do not set for very long, just a millisecond. As that pitch misses inside, ball 4. And And that will be run number 11 for Durham, their 5th run of the inning. As walking for the 3rd time today is Jordan Lee in just an inning and 2/3. Coming to score on that was Valverde. That brings Spadaccini. He has scored twice. Reached on an error by the left fielder and walked. Rayner kicks and deals the 1-0. Just misses inside again. That two-seam action just not moving quite far enough.
Just trying to hit the corner of the plate, isn't he?
He is, and he's definitely trying to dance around the plate as the 2-0 is in there for a strike. That very much fluttered in. He took something off that to make sure it got over. With Rayner's, let's say, lack of velocity, he's definitely gone to the craft option as that's in there for a strike. Even the count at 2.
Spadaccini, just a little look at the blue.
2-2 pitch coming now from Rayner. That's fouled off of Banerjee's mask. Niall, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's probably not the best place for your GoPro that's now not survived 2 innings, or even really 1/2 inning unscathed.
It's under warranty, we're good.
Okay. No free ads, though, so GoPro, if you're hearing this, send free samples.
Put more around the outfield.
Payoff pitch coming. This is skied out towards right field. In comes the right fielder. That will drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. 2nd run in for Durham. It is a 2-run single. And now it is 13-1. Durham with the lead. Up to second base is Lee. Fairhurst and Bailey both coming in to score. And Wittscheiben comes up. He's walked twice and scored twice. And as Niall has pointed out in both of his at-bats, the bat may be for show. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
I thought we could get that commentator's thing again, you know, and he would swing at it, but he kept that bat steady.
He does a lot of pre-pitch movement of the bat. As this pitch misses high, throw down to third is in time as Lee went in. Well, we'll be generous and call it awkwardly. Some would say that he did not really attempt the slide there, and that will end the inning. But 7 more runs for the 8-man Durham Wolves, and they will take a 13-1 lead into the top half of the 3rd inning. You're watching the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final here on BSUK TV and BUCS YouTube. Top half of the 3rd inning, Durham 13, Southampton 1. As back out on the mound, and this will also serve as a correction, is Spadaccini, who came in from 3rd base to pitch. He's wearing a Warkinney named shirt as he's out for his 2nd inning of work, and he will face Allison Greet, Al Banerjee, and Hengyun Liu, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Southampton, who trail by 12. First pitch misses outside and low, ball 1. That had some good bite to it. Chris Knobloch, Niall Gray here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. Those of you not entirely sure where that is ball 2. That is just outside of Slough in Farnham Royal. SL2 is the postcode. 5 fields, 2 baseball and 5 softball. All available for hire. If you haven't been to Farnham Park, do come out. Every weekend there is something going on from now till November, really, including the Blind Baseball Cup, which will be at the end of September. National Baseball Championships, the BBF Summer Cup, National Softball League Championship, which you will hear Niall and Ewan Spence bringing you at the end of August, early September, I should say. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Greet is down by way of the K, 4th strikeout. And 4th strikeout in a row.
What's impressed me, Chris, is over the years, this was just fields. And now look at it. You know, you've got dedicated pitches, you've got your dugouts, you've got everything, fences. It's just amazing. It's just like, let's just put some bases down in the early days. And it's a real testament to Baseball Softball UK that they've made a home here and they've developed the site so well over the years. And if you do play baseball or softball, then it's definitely worth a visit at some point.
Of course, there are plenty of places to play baseball and softball around the United Kingdom. Use the Team Finder on the Baseball Softball UK website. That's baseballsoftballuk.com/finder, or search Team Finder to find a team near you. Both baseball and softball on there, both fast pitch and slow pitch softball, youth baseball, youth softball, and even Baseball 5, the newest form of the sport on there. You will have seen the Baseball 5 advert in between innings, as in there for a strike. Count 1 and 2 to Banerjee, who singled in the first inning, stranded over at first. 1-2 pitch coming. Fouled back and out of play. As Banerjee stays alive. We also did mention earlier in the broadcast that we are actually selling advertisements all around Farnham Park, where you would see the green outfield. Your name can be. If you're interested, get in touch. This is swung on, line to back up the middle on a hop. Shortstop comes over, throw is wide and gets back to the fence. Runner will end up at second base as Banerjee keeps on running. It is a 2-base error. An E6 on the shortstop. He got there in plenty of time, but the throw was way off the base, and that puts a runner at second base. So 1 out. And Liu coming up to the plate, grounded into a fielder's choice for the second out of the first inning. Now bats with the runner in scoring position, but a 12-run deficit against the 8-man Durham. Durham playing down a man due to the injury sustained by their shortstop. And they've opted to go with the left center and right center fielder, which you more commonly see in slow pitch softball. Runner is off from second. Banerjee will steal third base. Slid, but a bit unnecessary as he takes that uncontested.
It's important stretch Southampton. They just can get something going, cut into this deficit.
That is chopped off the plate and foul. Gets a piece of the home plate umpire. As you can very clearly hear, the wind has picked up. This is with our wind protection equipment on. And just in the past, must have been 30 seconds, we've got a sustained 25, 30 mile an hour wind swirling around Farnham Park. Now, there has been a long joke that Farnham Park has its own climate. And having worked here for 5 years, I can confirm that's true. And currently we are getting the mini tornadoes, as we like to call them. We'll get a couple vortexes around on Farnham Park. Seems to be a discussion between Liu and the home plate umpire as they had called him out. Not sure what they've called him out on. I guess the pitch may have hit him off the hand, but I'm not entirely sure what happened there. As Liu is retired, that will be an out. Banerjee remains at third base. I think what they're saying is he swung and missed. Looked like he got a piece of it. but swung and missed, so that'll be out number 2. Goes down as the strikeout. And that brings Rayner, the pitcher, up to the plate. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Spadaccini working very quickly. Drops down, misses outside, ball 2. Banerjee getting about halfway to home plate with every pitch, not being held on. And to be honest, with a side armor, not much of an opportunity to pick off a runner at third. Pitch is over the outside corner for a strike.
Really nice pitch placement that time.
Spadaccini comes set, kicks and delivers. 2-1 in there for a strike, and that'll even the count at 2. Two now to Rayner. Rayner chops it off the plate foul. And we'll do it again. Just after 4 p.m. here in the United Kingdom. Score 13-1 here. That pitch misses off the plate, well framed by the catcher Chen. But that doesn't often work here in the United Kingdom.
He's got the full count now.
Count runs full. Wouldn't be surprised to see Banerjee off with the pitch. He's not. This is chopped back towards the pitcher. Second baseman up with it, knocks it down, and unable to recover. A run will come home as Banerjee scores on the error. And it's now 13-2. It's coming home to score. Al Banerjee on the E4. Not particularly hard hit. First pitch now over the outside corner to Chen. That is a strike.
He's had a decent game. It ended both innings on a put out a third. Had a hit previously to lead off an inning.
Nothing in 1 count. Now nothing in 2. As Spadaccini has hit the outside corner quite well. Often see that sweeping pitch with that sidearm delivery from a right-hander. 0-2 pitch coming. This is slapped at. An interesting, almost axe handle chop by Chen. He grabbed the bat with both hands and really chopped it down, but manages to foul that one off and stay alive. Certainly one way to waste a pitch. Spadaccini checks the runner at first. 2-2 again, swung on and missed, late swing, and the side is retired. Another strikeout for Spadaccini. He has 6 through 2 innings of work, and we head to the bottom half of the third. 13-2 the score. Southampton trails Durham here at the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final on BSUK TV and the BUCS YouTube channel. Back here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park, as the first baseman, Andres Wittscheiben, will be up for Durham. It will be Wittscheiben, Clark, an automatic out, and Valverde due up, maybe. As first pitch here from Rayner, misses high, ball 1. Bottom of the third inning, 13-2, Durham with the lead. But playing with 8 players as Rayner had trouble releasing that ball, and ended up throwing it directly into the dirt. Ball 2. Two-0 misses low. Walks have very much hurt.
Just want to get in the strike zone, see if Wittscheiben actually swings at it. That's a lovely pitch straight down the middle.
Strike in there, Wittscheiben not inclined to offer. Now the 3-1. That one nearly hits Wittscheiben in the head. Would you believe he walks for the 3rd time today?
It's a tactic and it's working very well for him.
It's certainly not a bad shout, especially in BUCS, where there is varying degrees and levels of skill depending on which teams are available and which players are available. As this pitch misses high, ball 1. Clark scored twice, 2 runs batted in, has a single. Count evens at 1-1 as that pitch drops over the outside corner. Rayner checks the runner at first, not really being held on. Pitch way over the head of Clark. Banerjee out of the crouch to grab it. Runner can't advance.
I think might be able to blame the wind on that one. He's picking up a little bit.
It is indeed. Currently 30-mile-an-hour winds as this is chopped towards short. Greet is up with it, flips it to second for 1, and they will take the fielder's choice. So Clark will reach on the fielder's choice. Wittscheiben retired, 6-4 goes the out. And now the second out will be registered as Eduard is out again.
So having given up 6 runs and then 7 runs, I mean, if they can get out of this inning without any damage, that's really going to boost them.
As Valverde comes up, has an RBI single and a run scored on the walk. Batting with 2 down and a runner at first base. Runner with a huge lead off first. He's off and running. Pitch is high and inside. Banerjee's throw is not in time. That will put a runner at second base. Another stolen base. Second one for Clark today. As Durham 2 for 3 on steal attempts in this one.
So Chen at third base is ready. Can he end the inning for a 3rd straight time?
Rayner checks the runner at second, who starts and stops. Pitch is in there for a strike, just nabbing the outside corner. Can hear that wind starting to whip around here at Farnham. 1-1 delivery from Rayner, misses high. Due up next is Bailey, the second baseman for Durham. 2-1. This is one hop to the second baseman. Up with it, Jaramillo. He fires to first, and that will retire the side. So for the first time, Durham kept off the scoreboard in this one. And after 3 full innings of play, 13-2, the Wolves lead the Mustangs here on BSUK TV and BUCS YouTube channel.
off.
Top half of the fourth inning here at the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. Southampton bats, and they are in a bit of a bind here. The first pitch misses for ball one. Southampton must score at least one run in this half inning, or the run rule comes into effect. Run rule, 10-run deficit after 4 innings of play. Currently a 11-run, or shall I say an 11-run, even using proper English. As pitch over the outside corner for a strike. Evens the count at 1.
Can they take advantage of the two-man outfield?
This is slashed foul and out of play. One-two pitch coming. Called third strike. That had some nasty movement to it. Seong kept the bat on his shoulders. That's where it will remain. Spadaccini gets the first out of the inning. And Southampton has 2 outs to work with here. 7 strikeouts for Spadaccini. First pitch here.
The one good thing to come out of that long delay is the fact that he's come in and pitched a gem.
Absolutely. And he could be on the mound here for Durham's first ever BUCS National Championship. And dare I say, not that I want the baseball to end, but with this wind, it would not be the worst thing in the world to get under some cover. As this is chopped towards third, up with it the third baseman. He will fire over to first in time, and that is out number 2. And that means Southampton is down to their final out. That brings the number 9 hitter, Oliver Spicer, to the plate.
Just get on base, Chris, and bring around the top of the order.
Spicer 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch over the outside corner for a strike. Nothing in 1 the count.
He has pitched brilliantly since he's come in.
He has such good movement on his pitches as the 0-1 just misses low.
You almost wonder why he didn't start the game.
Then again, with only 9 players, you start wondering a lot of things. This is chopped off the plate. And now Southampton down to their final strike here. They do trail this one by 11 runs, 13-2 the score. Durham Wolves over the Southampton Mustangs in the BUCS National Baseball Championship final. As the 1-2 is slashed foul, and we'll do it again. Staying alive there is Spicer. Spadaccini looks in, gets the sign. He likes it. 1-2 again. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away. Up with it, the catcher Chen. He fires to first. Ball game is over, and the Durham Wolves are your BUCS National Baseball Champions. For the first time ever, the Durham Wolves have won the National Baseball Championship. And with that, they will take home 50 BUCS points. The first time the Durham Wolves have won the national title. A huge congratulations to the Durham Wolves. A well-fought game, and finishing the game with only 8 players to make it even more impressive.
Just absolutely fantastic. They got on base a fair few times by walks, but they just came up with some really good plays throughout the game. Confidence was high. The pitcher change after the long stoppage, I mean, just absolutely amazing. He's throwing that sidearm is just unbelievable. Spadaccini able to find the plate and just gave Southampton no chance. I mean, they put up a really good fight. I mean, Chen at third base for me had a really good game, but they just weren't enough for Durham, and who are deserved, the new champion.
And Durham having a very difficult task to get here. They lost a couple games yesterday and then had to beat the defending silver medalist in UClan in order to qualify. They did so in the last inning by 1 run, qualified for this game, and romped to a 13-2 victory over Southampton. Niall Gray, Been a lovely day of BUCS baseball here. Any final thoughts from you as we get ready to sign off here from the National Championship?
Well, I think Durham have set a marker for next year. They really are. They're a fantastic game. And like I said, to win by the margin they did, to finish the game with just 8 players, and then Mancini to come in and have that absolute pitching gem from the second inning onwards. Absolutely fantastic. They have deserved this. Like as you said, they didn't have a great day yesterday, but they got to the semi-finals. They took off UCLan, and here they are in the final. And Loughborough, I'm afraid your time is up. Maybe they'll be back next year to try and reclaim it, but for today, it's Durham's.
Indeed it is. Thank you so much, Niall, for joining me on today's broadcast. For my broadcast partner, Niall Gray, my name is Chris Knobloch. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening to the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final, live from the National Baseball and Softball Complex at Farnham Park. The final score for the final time, the Durham Wolves are your National Baseball Champions with a 13-2 victory over the Southampton Mustangs in the BUCS National Baseball Championship Final here at Farnham Park. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for listening. If you're out, get home safe, and we'll talk to you from the next one, live on BSUK TV.